Hey guys, welcome back. Next day, working on more stuff here. So I took the kick cabinet back out. I had slid it into the spray booth because I had to finish up a few things. As you can see, the shop is starting to empty out a little bit. All the walls that I was building for that restaurant in Miami are now gone. All the table bases have been painted. Those are all gone as well. So I'm starting to clear out a little bit in here. I want to get this cabinet and Spy Hunter, which is in the spray booth right now. I want to get these two cabinets body worked, painted, and in the basement so that I can put them on the list of putting them together. I am waiting on parts for Sinistar and for Tapper. So I'm kind of at a standstill with both of those games right now, waiting for parts to come in. The next project I want to do down there is put the Stargate together. So I need to find a 19-inch monitor, which I think I found one I'm going to use, but I'm not sure yet because I might use that one on Kickman. I got to look and see. But I'll find a 19-inch monitor. Pretty much all the monitors that I have sitting around right now need rebuilt, which is fine. I'll get one rebuilt for Stargate. I don't know. Maybe I'll show it. I'll do like a quick video on it or something like that. But I need to get these out of the way because I need to finish up on this dually pickup truck in the next couple weeks here. Yeah, I know you're looking at it like, how the hell are you going to get that done in a couple weeks? Believe it or not, it'll get done. Might take me a month, but it'll get done. Because I am getting ready to move two cars up front that are in the back. One of them has to go into the spray booth and one's going to go over here because I'm going to start finishing half of that back building hopefully in the next month here. And hopefully weather is decent enough that I can pour concrete inside the building. It is winter here, getting to be winter here in Ohio. It's fall right now. So the temperature is going to start dropping, but I have the ability with some propane heaters, and I can always hang the gas heater that's going to go back there and heat it up. As long as I can get the concrete guys to come out here and work during the winter time, I'll get them to do that. I personally cannot pour that much concrete with me and my buddies. It's a bit much. Plus, I want to have the concrete power trowel, and I don't own a power trowel. So by the time I rent one and deal with all that and get some buddies to help, it's easier and cheaper for me just to have a guy I know pour the concrete back there. He's a really good concrete guy. He's done concrete for me in the past. And I don't mind using him because I trust him and he does a good job. And I don't need to be here. For some reason, if I have to go somewhere, I don't need to worry about him or babysit him because I know he's going to do the job right and get it done. So anyways, I think I got a good match on the yellow paint. I got some white paint and I bought some acrylic craft paint so that we can touch up all the artwork inside here. It's not as bad as it looks. It doesn't even look that bad on camera, really. Now, I would love to put like white paint over the yellow before I painted the yellow, but I don't want to do that because I want to know where my tape lines are and everything, so I'm not going to do that. Yellow sucks. Yellow's hard to cover. It takes many coats for yellow to cover. I'm going to show you the paints that I got, and I'm going to touch up this whole cabinet using rollers, paintbrushes, no spray gun whatsoever on any part on the cabinet itself. Now, obviously the control panel even is also not going to it might get cleared. I'll probably clear it with the automotive clear, but that's the control panel, and the coin door I'll spray paint. But as far as the cabinet artwork itself, we are going to fix this whole thing by hand with, like I said, the paintbrushes, the foam rollers and stuff like that, just to show that you can get an extremely good job by doing it this way, and you don't always have to have spray guns and fancy paint and primer and all that good stuff that costs a lot of money if you don't do it. You know, if you're painting cars like me, different story because you have all this stuff on hand, and it doesn't cost a lot because it's just 9 times out of 10, it's just leftover material from a previous job that I've done. So it doesn't really cost me a lot of money, and that's why I do it the way I do it, because I have the ability to do that. I don't want people to go out there and spend $1,000 on equipment and stuff to fix a game that's only worth $1,000 to $1,500. It just doesn't add up unless you plan on doing a lot of games. So I want to test a couple colors out tonight. I'm going to show you what I bought. I have to do a little bit of body work. You know, we got to fill in this hole here. We got a couple in the front, and then we got a couple little gouges here to fill in, but nothing horrible. It's really not bad at all. Now, how I like to do the artwork when I am doing hand painting of the artwork is I always start in the center of the cabinet, okay? And I work my way out. So the first thing I'm going to touch up when I do this is I might even try a little bit tonight. It's not gonna be a real long video. I just kind of want to go over it, show you guys what I'm doing, hopefully get you guys excited to watch this, and hopefully you guys can maybe learn something and maybe tackle some of these projects on yourself. So I like to start in the middle. The reason being is your hand is usually on the cabinet, because you want to keep your hand on the cabinet to brace yourself so that you can get a nice clean line. Originally this stuff was painted with stencils. They probably just held the stencil on the cabinet and sprayed it and removed it. You can kind of tell by how the spray lines are kind of jagged a little bit. But anyway, so you want to start in the center and work your way out, because what that's going to do is going to keep your hand off of it. You're going to want to be tempted to touch up the yellow and the white first, because it's the biggest surfaces and it's the crappiest looking surfaces as of right now. But let's say I did paint all the white, and then I want to go back here and touch up the orange. Well, guess what? My hand is on the brand new white paint, okay? I don't care how clean your hands are. You're going to get black marks on your white paint from your hands, from the oils in your skin. It's just going to happen. So I always choose to start in the middle and work my way out. So for instance, on this cabinet, I will get all the orange touched up, okay, in the centers. Then I will touch up the white, and then we'll do the yellow last. And then that way I kind of just work my way out. Even when we do the Bondo work, we're gonna put a wooden dowel in here, glue it, and then we'll do a little tiny bit of Bondo. We're gonna sand all this stuff by hand too. I'm not gonna use any fancy sanders, nothing. We're gonna use a hand block and some sandpaper, just to show that it's really not that difficult to do it if you don't have a lot of tools to do this kind of stuff. You can, like I said, wait until you see the results when this is done. I think you'll be pretty impressed. To be honest with you, I've kind of impressed myself a bunch of times by doing it, because even me in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, you're gonna see brush marks and roller marks, but I'm gonna show you a clear that I use over top that I'm gonna roll on as well. So let's go over to the bench here and let me show you what I have purchased so far. This should be everything I need. Okay, so the first thing I bought, we're gonna keep this off to the side for now. The first thing I bought was a gallon of ultra white Valspar cabinet and furniture oil enriched enamel. Okay, this is pure white. Let me zoom in a little bit. You get this at Lowe's. It's $30 a quart. This quart is way more than I need for that cabinet, but quart's the smallest size you can buy. I believe you can get this in a gallon as well. I don't know what the price is on a gallon, but anyway, so this is the first thing I bought, was the white. So we have the white to touch up the white on the cabinet. I still have a half a quart of black left over from the last time I used it on a cabinet. We're gonna use this for the back door and around the monitor and around the control panel area where it's black, and the top of the cabinet. So hopefully this half a quart is enough. If not, I'll have to buy another quart, but I think I should be able to get it with a half a quart. Then I went with a bunch of yellow samples, and I went up to Lowe's, picked up a bunch of yellow samples, and then I had them mix me, once again, a satin Valspar cabinet and furniture paint. All these are satin finish. I don't like glossy paint. I don't think it looks good on arcade cabinets because it's just not how they were meant to be. But anyways, I had to mix up this quart of yellow. Once again, it's 29 bucks. There's the yellow. But if you look closely at this yellow, even where they put it on the metal, you see how transparent that is? And this is pretty decently thick paint. And look at that, how, you know, they just dabbed it on with their finger. And you would think that it would cover better than that, but it doesn't. Yellow just sucks for some reason. But I want to test this tonight. I want to see if this color truly is close to the yellow on the cabinet. So there's the three colors, main colors of the cabinet. Is our white, yellow, and black. Okay. Now I went out and bought new craft paint at Walmart because I have a big bin of this as well, but it's down at the lake, at Geneva on the Lake at the store. So I don't have it here personally, and we're just kind of keeping that down there to use down there for stuff. So I went to Walmart and I bought these brushes. It was like $8 for this kit. Probably, yeah, it was like $8 for this. So that's not bad at all. So I got that. And I only bought the colors that I thought I needed for this cabinet. I didn't go crazy and buy every single color they had right now. I will add to this bin as I need it. I might not need more colors, who knows? But anyways, these at my local Walmart are 58 cents a piece. 58 cents for one of these. That is next to nothing. So I picked up red because I wasn't sure if I was gonna need red, if I was gonna have to, and that's the thing with this stuff is, if you're painting orange, don't just buy one color orange. I bought 3 different oranges. Harvest orange, I bought apricot, and I bought jack-o'-lantern orange. I think harvest orange is going to be real close. I also bought this flamingo coral, which is kind of like a pinkish orangish color, and I figured I can always make an orange color out of this, or even a yellow if I needed to. I bought some gray because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it, but I don't think I need it on this cabinet. I think there's a little bit of a gray area almost, but I think it's good, so I'm going to leave that alone. Bought 2 different shades of gray. I bought 3 different shades of yellow, just to have the 3 different shades of yellow. I even bought dark granite color, and then a couple different reds, 2 different reds. And then I bought a bigger bottle of black because you always go through a lot of black. So this was $2.58 or something like that for this big tube of black. These are all acrylic paints. And then I bought a bunch of these markers. Okay, these are acrylic markers, black and white. Those are really gonna work well for me to get black edges between, on some of the parts of the cabinet. Let me show you here. For instance, like right here, if you look, you see how this black is kind of screwed up right there? And, we can use the marker to cut all this in nice and clean, and then go over it with some black paint and kind of blend it down the way that it's supposed to. So we'll use these to kind of do some edging around there. We can also do some edging around here if we need to. Plus, look at this tiny little black line. I don't care who you are. You're not going to be painting that. That ain't happening. So what we might have to do is run a tape line next to it and then run our marker right along the edge of the tape and get a nice straight black line back there. So I bought 2 packages of this. I opened one up, but I did not try to use it yet. I didn't want to get the, because I opened it because it says reversible tip. Okay, so I wanted to see what they were talking about. So I opened it, and you can pull the tip out, and you see how it's got this round edge, or it has this chiseled edge. Now, this chiseled edge is what you're going to want to use to make a nice, crisp line between your 2 colors. So in order to use this, you got to just keep pushing it down until until this tip fills up with paint. So I bought 2 packs of the white and black combo, and then I bought some additional white. I bought an orange too because I didn't know if the orange would possibly match the orange on the cabinet. And then this is just another individual black one. These are just a different brand, I think, than these ones. So I figured why not try it just to see if one works better than the other. So basically I bought all this stuff here with this little bin, and it was like 25 bucks. It really wasn't bad at all. And that's with all these, plenty of paint brushes and stuff like that. So that's that. I picked up a good paintbrush from Lowe's when I got my paint, just to cut in the bigger areas along the edges. I also picked up a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 roller sleeves in this thing. I don't remember what this cost. I think it was like 10 bucks or so. I could be wrong, but this is for cabinets, furniture, doors, and more. So you want to get a foam roller that is meant for this type of paint. So this stuff will work with that style paint. Plus your paintbrush, this is a, this paintbrush is made for all kinds of material. I just happen to like this brand because I use it, you know, when I do kitchen remodels and stuff like that. So that's where we're at with all that. Now, once everything is painted and I'm happy with the way everything looks, I am going to go over it with a clear coat with a roller. Now this I bought online when I did the bubbles cabinet. Okay, there's half a quart left. This is called 1 hour enamel. Okay, I don't remember what website I got this on. I know it was expensive. It was like 50 bucks for a quart, but if you get 2 cabinets out of it, it's $25 a cabinet. It's not that bad. And what this does is this gives you a nice clear coat over top of all your acrylic paint and your enamel paints, okay? And what this does is it gives you the ability to wipe down the side of the cabinet and not, you know, get dirt and stuff on your white or your yellow or anything like that, because it's got this nice coat of clear over top. And this stuff actually works pretty well. I'm actually pretty impressed with this, I gotta say. You roll it on, it dries fast, and it's, once again, it's an acrylic enamel, same exact as what this cabinet and furniture paint is. So if you guys are interested in doing this, just look up online. It's called Wise Owl Paint, and then it's 1 hour enamel, and this is matte finish. Okay, now I know that these are satin finish paints because I don't know that they offer these in matte. I think it goes flat, satin, and gloss, but I could be wrong. Maybe they did have a matte, but I don't think I saw it. But it doesn't matter, because even if that's a little shiny right now, once this goes on there, it's going to dull it all down, and it's all going to be matte finish. So yeah, if anybody's interested in that, look that company up and you'll be able to find it. So let's go ahead and open up the yellow. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see if it was a close match. Let me grab the sample. I actually threw it in my garbage can because I don't ever save the pieces of paper, because now I have the paint coat on the can itself. But let me grab this out of the can here. I think it's right on the top. Okay. And this is what I picked. This is, what brand is this? Crap. Sherwin-Williams. So this is a Sherwin-Williams paint, and I picked color called Confident Yellow. It is HGSW6911. That's the color number for Sherwin-Williams. Now, when I held it up to the cabinet, I don't know how it's going to look on the screen, but I don't think that's far off, okay? Because you got to keep in mind that this had black paint on it at one time over top. Black paint tends to change the color of paint underneath, but I think this is going to be a pretty close match. But I plan on painting all the yellow, so I'm very happy with that, because I think it's going to be close enough, especially because I'm painting the whole cabinet. So let's just put a little bit on there, just a little dab, and see what it looks like. Okay, I got the camera kind of zoomed in a little bit so that we can see it a little bit up close. Just going to try a little spot, because I got to do a little bit of Bondo work and stuff first. But I don't know, man. I think that's about spot on. I don't think that you're ever going to notice a difference in color. Now, it's going to change a little bit as it dries, of course. But see, what sucks is, like, let me do a spot right here. See that black? That's a little bit leftover paint residue from when the black was stripped off the cabinet. Now, I could probably strip a little bit more off, but I'd rather not. I don't want to risk taking it down any farther. But as you can see, when you put this over it, and it doesn't matter what quality yellow paint you get, it just does that. But you can still see the black. That's going to take several coats to cover. But yeah, you can see where and on camera here, zoomed in, this looks way worse than it is, just because the camera's picking it up. Like, this all looks like it's rough on the camera. It's actually really smooth. It's just some black residue paint coming through. But you can see how this is clearly going to take many a coats to cover. Hopefully I can kind of get the roller in this area and kind of roll the yellow on, because I think if I roll it, it's going to help it. So let me rinse out this yellow off this brush. I want to try some of the orange I got and see what that looks like. Okay, I'm zoomed in on this balloon here, and in the camera, this looks huge, like a huge mess. It's actually fairly smooth, and it should paint in nicely. Now, I'm gonna try just straight Harvest Orange, okay? Now, this stuff you can mix. You could take 10 different colors and mix them together if that's what it takes to match your cabinet. Now, this might be a little bit too vibrant. We might need to cut it down a little bit, which I'm not too concerned with it tonight. I'm just trying some test samples, make sure I have all the products I need so that I can get this done. Maybe even this weekend we can get a lot of it done. But once again, everything is multiple coats. It just takes time. Don't go trying to wad it on. And for instance, in this situation here, I'm gonna blend it out into the balloon rather than painting the whole balloon, because the whole balloon doesn't need painted. It doesn't look that bad. But I'll tell you what, this is a pretty damn close color. And you gotta just do light coats because you can keep going over it, but it's just going to wipe off what you did until it dries. Let's try this one. That looks horrible, but I swear it's smooth. It's really not bad. And you don't need to be an artist or anything like that. Think that you need to have these awesome art skills to fix this. You don't. It just takes time. If you're willing to put in the time, you'll be rewarded in the end by how it looks. Trust me. You'll stand back and be like, damn, I did that. Okay, let me just grab now the black paint marker and we'll just see what that does as far as touching up the edge. And that's all I'm pretty much going to do tonight. I'm just trying to make sure I have everything I need and show you guys the colors and everything that I bought. I don't know, maybe somebody has a Kickman cabinet and they are hesitant to touch up the paint. Well, hopefully maybe this will make you want to do it. Some of these guys are selling reproduction artwork for this cabinet, but there's no way in hell I'm putting vinyl on this cabinet. It doesn't need it. It's not bad enough, and I'd rather keep it original as possible. Okay, so let me, I'm just gonna take this paint stick for now, and we're just gonna keep dabbing this until the paint starts coming out, and you'll see it, So now we have paint at the tip here. So let's just see what we can do with this balloon right here, where the black line is missing. I'm just doing tests. I need to put more orange on here still, just trying to see what it's gonna do. These markers, like these new ones from Walmart, they're new to me. I've never used them before. I've used other brands of markers. We used to have a Joann Fabrics here, but it went out of business. So we only have a Walmart around here. But look at that. I mean, it looks perfect. That little bit makes such a huge difference. Let's try this balloon right here. See how this edge right here is missing? And you don't have to worry about this stuff rubbing off because we're going to put a clear on it. Let's see if there's somewhere. Here's one other one. Let's just try. Or is that supposed to be like that? Let me check the other side. Yep, that's supposed to be like that. This is how it came. So we'll leave that as is. Let's try this one right here. Well, it's just as simple as that, guys. It just doesn't take a lot. Now this line, like I said, chances are that line, I'm gonna have to probably put a piece of tape. Plus, I don't think I'm gonna wanna do this line until after I paint the yellow and the orange, because this will be my line. I'm not even gonna really try it right now. Yeah, let's just not even mess with that right now, because we'll do a tape line and do it afterwards. But down here I can just show you real quick where it's been scrubbed away from having the other black paint removed.
be honest with you, you could probably go over this whole area with this paint marker. I don't see why not. Yeah, that would work.
I wonder if you can use a paint stick as a straight edge. Sure can. Sure can. So, all right. That's what we're looking at. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video of me doing it. And let me put the lid on this real quick. And I'll do a video, we'll kind of speed it up and you can watch me do the process of touching everything up and how I'm gonna go about it. If I were to guess, I would say I could probably have the majority of this cabinet touched up in a day. Now, they want 4 hours dry time between coats on that cabinet and furniture paint before you put another coat over top. But usually I'll run the heater in here because it's getting a little cold in here. It's probably 60 degrees in here right now. But I can turn the heater up, get it warmed up, probably 2-3 hours we can put a second coat on. So that would be the only part that's gonna slow me down, is gonna be how many coats I can do in a day. And then I like to wait a good day or so before I roll on the clear coat. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing stuff like this. I don't know that a lot of people do this on videos on YouTube. Yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in seeing this get done. I'm gonna make a video regardless. I'm just curious as to what you guys think about it. And we have a little bit of chipping back here. I'm gonna have to do a little Bondo work back here because that looks like crap. And once again, I'm gonna sand it all by hand. We're not going to get any tools out. We've got a couple little holes here where there was a badge at one point, probably maybe an operator's badge. I gotta get this T-molding off of here. If you look up here, this T-molding's kind of loose. We will fix that with hot glue. Rather than bondoing in the seam, we will just hot glue that on here. Probably this shit probably come right off. Nice plywood cabinet, which is nice. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Now you guys know the products. If anybody needs any more information on it, let me know. Other than that, guys, look forward to seeing some of these videos this weekend, and we will get this thing rocking, making it look brand new again. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.